third
Maybe
part,
25 miles away. And that's what you have.
Yeah, why? It's not till June 30th, the end of his year.
The first and second. That's right. So you probably did it when 15. It doesn't matter, but you know.
I didn't think we were in a hurry. I thought we had lots of time.
move things along, right?
Next thing I know, it's what's right now.
So listen,
I'm just done with everything. Kevin, huh?
It's frustrating.
Kevin not coming?
I don't know. Do you want me to sit up and then come tag team in?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of people are pressing.
I'm just trying to text him now.
important issues. But like, you know, it's not like they're trying to be perfect, it's only good.
Right, right, and third time, okay.
As opposed to like trying to solve all those.
Yeah.
Like, I still see what happens. Yeah. But just turn out and a lot of people see it. So I guess that's.
So,
Well, you and I are.
oh yeah, I didn't know you, I didn't see that, and so is the Rashad. The Adam.
Okay.
She's on.
15 seconds. Welcome to the Upper Moreland Township. That was a short 15 seconds. Meeting for April 17th, 2023. We have our committee meetings tonight. Would everyone please stand? Oh, would everyone please observe a moment of silent meditation? Hang on, that was just an exercise. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Better late than never, right? Okay, tonight we have Commissioner Spearing, Commissioner Lockhart, the Township Manager, Assistant Township Manager.
Kevin's here.
We needed some entertainment tonight, so I'm glad you made it. And we have Alex, our solicitor. First item of business is to approve the minutes from March 2020.
No problems.
Any issues on the minutes?
Good.
Cheryl? I
Yes.
wasn't here, so.
9B,
9B.
automated trash collection, the first bullet, the cans, it says for 240,000, but it's 440, right?
440.
Okay.
9B.
That's a good catch. I read that too. Didn't see that number.
That's it.
Say that again?
9B,
Yeah.
instead, the first bullet, instead of 240, it's 440. 240,000.
Okay, thank you. Any other commissioner comments? Any commissioner or public comments? I will move those forward. Matt, do we have any presentation or announcements?
We do not.
Okay. Next, we run right into the acceptance and approval of the following monthly reports. First four reports are the Director of Finance report, the Tax Enforcement Officer report, the report from the Earned Income Tax Collector Berkheimer, and the Investment Activity Report. You wouldn't say your Berkheimer speech? No. Randy, you want to give any insight? I know it's only 3 months, but
No, there's nothing,
you should really have a handle on things by next month.
yes, yes.
Most of the taxes are.
A lot of our tax
are
revenue has come in, our business tax revenue is not due till May 1st.
First, all right.
I did notice when you did the last 2-year comparisons, we had a higher return this year. Is that because we had extended dates for tax receipts last 2 years?
No, we didn't actually, 2 years ago we did, but not last year.
So why the difference between the percentages?
It's just,
How it rolled in?
yeah, it's just timing of when we're getting the money.
The numbers are good this year.
Yeah.
Any public comments on these four reports or commissioner comments? Okay, we'll move them forward into, next 5 reports: a quarterly budget review, the quarterly bond issue report, the quarterly capital reserve fund report, the quarterly restricted funds report, and the quarterly grant report. Randy, you have anything you want to?
I just point out on the restricted funds, I did change that slightly to reflect what you had requested, Commissioner, with the full budget and then whatever prior year's spending we've had and then the current year's, and gave you a total.
So we have an actual.
So that's the total that we spent so far on those items.
Randy, in the capital reserve fund, I know we were over 300,000 and change last year. We're down to 196. Is this normal? It's the 341 we started with. 1,000 and to 196.
Well, what's not shown here, because I don't do that transfer till the end of the year, we are budgeted to transfer 300,000 from the general fund into the capital reserve fund.
Okay.
So that would up that balance.
As far as the 2021 Go Bond Series, the difference between the budgeted and the processes, budget just means it's money that we budgeted for this year, but we have not spent any of it.
That's correct.
So once we start the spending of it, it becomes in
process.
In process.
Or if it's ordered, some of this, like for some of the equipment may be ordered, that's why it says in process, because it's,
Yeah.
we just haven't gotten it in yet and we haven't expended any funds on
And
it.
you don't transfer any funds till they actually get here.
Yes.
Is there anything that might have been budgeted for that we're not going to spend money on?
I'm not sure about the air compressor for the police, for the fire department. We may be using other funds for that.
Okay. Is there anything that we budgeted for
Got
one
nervous.
bigger and one higher? Besides the total,
Well, the van, the Parks and Rec van came in 5,000 higher than the budget. But that's probably about it at this point.
I'm talking about.
The renovations of the township buildings, what's really, we have, between the new police station and the township buildings, $1 million budgeted out of that bond, but, where we'll be spending all that money this year or not, I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
Well, that leads me into my next.
But then, of course, next year you're gonna be spending a lot more.
Well, my next question will be, we need to have a detail page on what we're doing with the township building and the police department separately.
Okay.
So we know, I know we budgeted to, if I'm not mistaken, move forward with the police department.
That's correct.
All right, so as soon as that starts going on, we need to keep an eye on where the expenses are. And I know CDC moved forward a lot of the development of it, and they're overseeing that, but I'm just looking at the finances.
Yep. Can do that.
How about the parking lot out here? Can we do anything with the parking lot?
Can we do it, or are we going to do anything?
Because there's 5 or 8 cars that are parked on Center Avenue, are they our cars?
No.
Because they were there all day long. I came in here the other day and to Randy, and there was parking out there. So if that's our vehicles from the township parking out there, we should consider doing something to the parking lot too.
No, I mean, they're not, our cars are all in the parking lot.
We are going to be reworking and redesigning the parking for the police station township projects.
Well, when I come in at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever, 11, when I came in to see it, it was full. It was from the driveway to the street.
That shopping center on the corner is Center and Easton, that has a very small parking lot, so a lot of those people park on the street. I think the people who work there park on the street.
I was only concerned if I was a resident
Yeah.
and the township was parking out there, yeah, it might create a problem. All right, so, all right, that handles the township buildings. Discuss that. And, capital reserve fund, fee in lieu of for all the, tree plantings and, stormwater and the traffic impact fees. All right, so up to that point, any other commissioner comments? Yeah, one.
You covered one, I was wondering about so the township building renovations, that 400,000? That's part of the design and the...
Yes.
So it's kind of all police now?
Now they're looking at this, they're working on this building too.
Yeah.
Or the
Right, but we're
design.
doing the police first, right?
Okay, so design, it's being designed together.
Okay,
And then ideally, when it's put out to bid, the township improvements will be listed as an alternate. And if the prices come in the way the board would like it, then you do both. Otherwise, you do the police station first.
okay.
As long as anything that's related to the police department gets covered, the remainder should go to this place. If it's going to be over, we should know about it. You know,
Yeah, because you guys approved a contract with KCBA for the design and also Gilmore to do the site work. So those are the primary things we're spending on those 2 buildings right now.
They're budgeted for.
No, that was what Randy was
They're
talking.
budgeting the bond issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kevin. Oh, sorry.
So on the,
No, go ahead.
on the traffic impact fee funds. So we recently got awarded for Bonnet Lane, is that right? But less than we had asked for?
That's correct.
So is there a match still for that?
No, it doesn't have to be a match for Bonnet Lane.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
But we had to scale down the project. We're doing the utility,
What's that?
correct, with that now?
Yeah, we don't need it, there's no.
Yeah, you're talking about the LSA grant?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat is going to be talking about that in his report. We did receive word that we received a grant. Remember, we had asked for about $1 million.
Yes.
We got 250.
Okay.
So Pat will talk later on about the proposed reduced scope that we just want to run by you guys. If you're fine with it, then we can move forward. It's part of the original scope, but we obviously can't do the entire project.
Go ahead, Mr. Sparing, sir.
Matt, Warminster Road sidewalks. Are
We
we,
haven't got to that yet.
it's under grants.
Well, I
It's
didn't-
grant
I didn't-
money.
I didn't discuss that yet, but go ahead.
You said grants, right?
No, up to the grants, but go ahead.
Up to, okay, go ahead.
Oh, right.
That's
I'm
next.
talking about grant money with the police station.
Go ahead. There was a, Mr. Spearing, I just wanted to let you know that I asked Randy to start including, just like we have our traffic impact fee, we're gonna do something like this for the townships. And keep it running, total, all right?
So Warminster Road's closed now, and we're moving along. I mean, at this point, we're at like, okay, we're still waiting for bid documents on the sidewalks?
It's out to bid.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's out to bid. And remember, the bridge project will take until November, December. We're out to bid now. We'll be bringing back to CDC, I believe at the May CDC meeting, the results awarded at would that be the June meeting, begin construction in August. It should only take about a month. So we should be finished long before they finish the bridge.
Nice.
Okay. You have anything else with the grants, sir?
I'll wait till you go further.
We have, the grants are open, so go ahead. That was the last.
No, that's good.
Any commissioner or public comments on any of the documents, the 5 reports that we're speaking about tonight, including the grants?
Oh, including the grants?
Go ahead, I know.
So Randy, on the grants, the recycling one,
Yes.
is that the tub grinder one?
That's the tub grinder.
Okay, thank you.
And that's the one, we already have that one. We're going to apply,
Or another.
like, we can get up to 90% of that machine paid for with the
Great.
grant money.
Thank you.
Any commissioner or public comments on these reports, these 5 reports, including grants? Okay. Move forward. Let's see where we're at now. The review of financial statements, current bills paid and revenue expense summaries. I have nothing to add to this because it is only March. It's up to March 31st. At the end of April, we will be at a different venue. It'll be first quarter and a lot of the taxes revenue will be in.
Yep.
Any public comments or commissioner comments on these 2 reports? This is the current bills paid and revenue expense summaries. Okay, we'll move those forward. Next, we have personnel, appointments and reappointments. The reappointment of Mary Meisner on the Parks and Rec Advisory Council as a Ward 1 representative, serve a new 2-year term that will expire March 1st, 2025. Mary did respond. She did say she was willing and would like to continue serving, and I'm happy to move her forward.
All good with Mary.
Okay?
Oh, wonderful.
All right.
She's a wonderful lady.
Okay. Any commissioner and public comments? Okay, we will move her forward for appointment. 7B is vacancies. I'll just go over these real quick. If you're a Ward 3 resident and you would like to serve on an advisory planning agency, we have a Ward 3 vacancy that is available to be filled. You just have to let Matt Canlon know, or township manager, and he will set you up and tell you exactly what you need. You have to include your name, contact information, address, email, phone number.
Resume.
And resume.
Yeah.
On all of these anyways. On the Historical Commission, we have 2 vacancies. One's an alternate and the other one is a vacancy left by Bob Mathers, but that's Anthony. That's anybody. It doesn't have to be a realtor now.
Correct, the regular stipulation was removed.
Okay. Then we have 3 openings on the Human Relations Commission. We have 1 on the Parks and Rec Advisory Council for Ward 2 appointment, and 1 appointment we're looking for somebody that doesn't have to be in Upper Moreland Township, that knows an electrical engineer that would like to help us and serve on our Uniform Construction Code Local Appeals Board as an electrical engineer. Please let Matt know. All right, that takes us into number 9, old business. The allocation of a second round of ARPA funds. We said we were going to do this right around this time of the year. The Finance Administration Committee will meet if there's any township staff or township commissioners that have anything they want to add or be considered for this. Please let us know. We will meet with Matt and Randy, as the 3 of us as a committee, and we'll bring forward what's moved out of that committee.
Sounds good.
I'd like to get the status of the money that was let the last time around and see how well it's performed.
That's fine. I have that all. I can get that for you.
And it'd be nice to know how much of that money we used to get grants. If we,
So far, we haven't allocated any of those funds to get grants, but we can look at that.
yeah, Because we talked about even for low.
But we could.
Yeah.
Because we've just committed funds and we just haven't allocated where it's coming from, but it could come from that.
Yeah, we have like 500,000 or something in budget, in there that we're supposed to use for grant matches.
Yeah, so if you get a grant match where you get something that you get 300,000 for $50,000, you can use that money for it and cascade on it. All right. Any commissioner or public comments on that?
What's the time frame we have for plugging this in?
On the ARPA funds, they have to be committed by the end of 2024.
Yeah.
And then I don't know the
Fine,
exact timeline.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll probably hope.
That's just committed, that's not
I
spent.
understand.
Our goal is to have that commitment for us to go forward with something for June, before the summer hits. Okay, the next item on our business is Act 172 Volunteer Service Tax Credit Program. Consider amending ordinance 1715. And 1715 is, it states that volunteer firefighters for service provide, and the current ordinance provides an EIT credit up to $500 and an real estate credit up to $20. And we're looking at increasing them and to $1,000 and 100%.
Very little impact financially, as you can see from the list that we.
Currently, right now.
The list we had this year.
Yeah, and it was like less than 6,000 this
Yeah.
year. And if, I don't know, if we did do this, do you know what the numbers will be? A rough idea?
Based on what we awarded last year.
Yeah, it's probably, it's gonna be less than $10,000 total. I mean, it's probably like somewhere in the neighborhood of $8,000, $9,000.
So, comments or commissioner comments? Any public comments?
I support this. I guess one question I had was, it can also apply to, I think, EMS workers.
Yes, it can.
And I didn't know.
That's not in the ordinance.
We didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah, kind of specifically let them out. I've only seen it apply to EMS and the municipalities I've worked with in which they have kind of like an in-house EMS personnel.
yeah, okay.
Because you do have that attendant issue where if you're partnering with the EMS agency, they're also kind of a nonprofit, they're also paying salaries to their employees, so there's like a little bit of gray area there.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So is the discussion about maxing out both of them? So one was to go all the way up to $1,000.
Yeah, I don't.
And then also 100%, is that?
Right, so that one, I mean, I'm actually fine with leave. I don't think it really is going to have any effect if we raise the $500 one, right? Because it's
They only
half
get a
of
half- they only
1%.
pay- Yeah, they get a half of 1%.
So I think that most people would max out on that, because you can only do the one salary too, you can't do the family, right?
Correct.
And you said
And
that
it-
in your opinion, this would be about a $10,000 cost
Yeah,
to the township for our volunteers at the fire company.
yes.
That's on the real estate tax one.
Real estate and the EI, both of them
fine.
together.
Yes.
Okay. I think these numbers are shaky.
Commissioner, public comments? All right, I'm okay moving forward.
So max on both of them? Okay.
Okay,
Can I
yeah.
Two other items I just want to bring up for old business. As you remember, we have the surplus vehicles that we put out to bid on municipal bid. We will be receiving, that ends, the sale ends on April 28th. So at the May meeting, we'll have a list of vehicles to be approved for sale. So,
Just like we just went through.
yeah. And then the other thing is, Matt had to sign off on some opioid settlements that we had discussed previously, but we had to officially sign off on them. So we're probably going to bring that to the board for their approval.
Remember, you had approved that some time back, and this is agreements with Walmart and CVS, and there's a handful of other entities. And we had a time deadline, I forget what the exact date, whether it was before this meeting.
Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah, last Saturday.
So we spoke with Kip, went ahead and approved it, and then looking for ratification at the May meeting.
Okay. Okay. Commissioner and public comments? Lane Kip. Okay. That's it for old business? Okay. New business, draft resolution approving Comcast cable franchise agreement. This was given, we approved moving this to the Cohen Law Group to try to get reasonable negotiations on our behalf, and we're maintaining the 5% franchise fee, but I think their revenues come down, so it's actually a reduction, right?
The revenues have been falling. People are cutting the.
If Comcast did exceptionally well, it would benefit the township and the taxpayers.
So somewhat similar to the Verizon one, where it's kind of, now this one's a 10-year contract, whereas the Verizon was 5 years. So, but it's otherwise, they're all kind of dropping in revenue, so we're gonna probably see a decrease in fees.
Well, it's the people going to the smart TVs.
Streaming and, yeah.
Did we have the public hearing on this one, or did we not need it? I remember the
We did-
Verizon one.
No, we did have a
while
public
ago.
hearing on this one, yeah.
Any commissioner or public comments on this? Okay. I guess we're adjourned.